Not bad. 4.5 minutes of television recorded, and we've done absolutely nothing, spent absolutely nothing, and now I'm afraid we've got to get cracking. So, Germans and Americans. I've long held the belief that they are one and the same. They both have a fondness for moustaches. They both like the mullet haircut. They both have the eagle as a national symbol. But the effect these two countries have had on Britain is very different. First of all, the Americans. Our endless need to copy everything they do, but in a smaller way, has resulted in this place. Welcome to Star City, the entertainment centre of the Midlands. It's not to be found off Route 66, but it is off Junction 6 of the M6, just outside Lass, Birmingham. So, what's Germany's contribution to Britain? Well, it was their bombers that created the spaces where places like this could be built.
And that's the thing. When the Germans and the Americans work together, even the sky isn't the limit. See that? The moon? It was German scientists using American money that took us there. And now these two great nations have come together once more and made a car.
It looks American and it's called the Chrysler CrossFire, but it's built in Germany, and underneath the body, it's basically a Mercedes SLK. It even has the same 3.2-litre V6 engine. Houston, Das Eagle has landed.
American cars have never really worked in Britain. They've always been square pegs, and the only way we'd let one into our round hole is if it turned up with some Hershey bars and a boot full of nylons. But this one, this hybrid, this might be different.
To find out, I left Birmingham and went back to England. In essence, the CrossFire is a two-seater, which costs £27,260. Now, of course, being a coupe, the styling is hugely important, and oh dear.
I've been trying to think what it is that this shape reminds me of, and last night it came to me. You know when a dog's doing its number twos, that kind of arched back thing? That's what it is. Hideous. Ugh.
Maybe the CrossFire gets round this by hitting back with a savage turn of speed.
Sadly not. On the upside, it doesn't weigh as much as its rivals, but on the downside, it's nowhere near as powerful.
0 to 60 takes 7.2 seconds. There are animals which are faster than that.
Actually, the biggest limiting factor to the performance in this car is the gearbox, because every time I set off, it goes and leaps out of first gear. And I'm told the automatic version is even worse.
So far, then, things are not shaping up well. But it does have the classic front-engined rear-drive layout, so maybe it can out-corner a trout.
There's a strangely detached feel to the steering somehow. Gives you no real confidence to get your foot down, because you've got no sense of what the wheels are actually up to. Oh, dear. Oh, dearie me.
And the suspension has an uncanny ability to turn even the smoothest road into what feels like a mogul field. It's hard to find anything in the CrossFire that really works.
Even the interior is wrong.
The steering wheel's too big, I don't have quite enough legroom, the seats don't have enough lateral support, the rear three-quarter visibility is woeful, and there's a sense of cheapness in here.
So, it looks like a dog doing a poo. It's slow, uncomfortable, expensive, and cursed with a cramped, badly trimmed interior, an awful gearbox, and no back seats. The engine doesn't make a particularly sporty noise, the ride is terrible, and it isn't especially economical.
This has to be the worst example of American-German cooperation since a chap called Adolphus Busch arrived in the States, tasted the water, and thought, I could make beer out of this.
And we ended up with that headache in a can called Budweiser. Wasn't exactly full of Christmas good cheer, that road test.
No, it wasn't, actually. And you should thank your lucky stars you weren't driving that automatic one.
I've heard it's really bad. That bad. My favourite bit about this car, apart from the boot, you've got to see that, look. How wide's that? No, come back out. You've got to see how wide the car is and how narrow the opening is.
And all Americans play golf, don't they?
Exactly.
Mistake.
More like a post box, I think. My favourite bit, though, is what you get in the bump. It says here, CrossFire has an aerodynamically limited top speed of 155. All cars are limited by their aerodynamics. If there were no air, a mini metro would go 1,000,000 miles an hour.
That's why space rockets are so fast.
Exactly. Sum up, really very simple. For £6,000 less than this, you can have a Toyota Celica, and it's the good one, isn't it?
Yes, the T-Sport.
The T-Sport. Drove one the other day, a little bit buzzy at the top end, but...
Good.
Very good car, actually. For £5,000 less, though...
I know what you're going to say.
You can have the Mazda RX-8 that we looked at a few weeks ago. It's a complete no-brainer. Shall I have this or the Mazda? Really, that's the easiest decision you'll ever make.
Absolutely. Unless, of course, you're the kind of person who suddenly decides, no, I don't want power, performance, good looks, clever doors and a clever engine. I want to spend £5,000 more on something that's rubbish. Oh, and that automatic gearbox, he's exactly right. You've no idea.
It's actually uglier as an automatic.
Yeah, the whole car
The car
looks...
is uglier.
Yes,
It's got
it's
an uglier
amazing.
gear knob.
I'm looking forward to driving that
You should
next
do.
year.